mean, when you continue to put poison into your body and thinking it's your part of your norm, there's something, a disconnection between you and the universe, right? Because if you really heard yourself and listened to yourself, sometimes you can talk yourself out of these situations. You can talk yourself out of being addicted to something. Because I believe, this is me, I believe that addiction is temporarily. But sometimes addiction can be long term. But I think addiction can be temporarily because it's a mindset. It's a mindset. It takes every day, grinding to get out of that mindset. And remember we talked about before how we talked about there's different energy that's attached to what programming. When people program, that's what you're doing. You're programming your mind and think that this is okay. You programming your mind and think that you need this. But you're not seeing the destruction that is causing you because you're so committed to whatever you're addicted to. You're so committed to it that you think that this is your norm, and that everything that you're hearing is trying to convince you, that it's wrong, and it's wrong for you to feel this way, it's wrong for your choices. No, you're thinking that that's me. I can do whatever I want to myself. Right, you can. But when it started to affect the people around you, man, that's when you have to look at yourself and say, what's really wrong with me? Because what happens when addiction really takes over you, it consumes not only you, but the people that you love, the person you're in love with, the children that you brought into this world. It affects everybody around you, right? And at that time, you have to make a choice. You have to make a conscious choice to say, I no longer want to be part of this low energy vibration. I want to be greater. I want to transform into a height. I want to be better than what I was before. And it takes hard work. You may have to seek other people's advice. You may have to seek, therapy. You know what I'm saying? You might intervention. You might go and put yourself into a rehab place just to get away from the lifestyle that you have created. Like if people want to blame it, like the song can blame it on alcohol. Don't blame it on yourself, because you have a mind that's so empowered. But it's like the Creator's mind. You have that same mind that the Creator has. You have it because it's in you. Everything in this universe is within yourself. So if you start to believe that whatever I believe in is coming from the same consciousness that created you. When you want to vibrate on a higher frequency, you have now entered that mindset that I can change things, not only in my life but my surroundings, my future. We don't know how powerful we are because we always vibrate on a low frequency, right? And when you allow drugs and other addictions that come into your life, you are continually on a ride on that low frequency. And like I asked the question, I said, did your transformation define how others looked at you? And the answer was probably so. People who don't know me may judge me because of my past and the criminal history that follows me as a result of the addiction. But those who know me and love me see me as a stronger person today. You see how beautiful transformation is? You see, do you hear that? Yes. The label that was placed on you, alcoholic, you're an alcoholic, you're a sex addictor. You know what I'm saying? Like all these things are these low vibration tags or images people see you in. When you come out that transformation, people that see you like that, they think of you in a different way. But it's your job. It's not our job, but it's our job to want to see ourselves even better than what people receive us as. No, I'm not in the business of trying to please others. I'm not in the business of giving a fuck what people think about me. I'm not in that business. People ain't looking at me, oh, you a fat, ugly fat black guy. Who gives a damn what you think about me? Because I don't think that stuff. I don't think them things of myself. Because I've renewed my mind of the poisoning or the programming that the people have placed on us. That we think that words affect us. It doesn't, because if you know what you know so much about yourself and where you come from and what it took for you to transform into this person you are, you think that Ultimate Prime give a damn about the people judgment on him or the other Titans? No, he doesn't. You can tell they have no fear of anything when they transform into their greater power, their greater selves. So when you start to transform your life, even off of addiction or anything that you may that low energy is attached to you, when you break that mold and your mind is renewed, you no longer give a fuck about what people think of you, because you know what you have come through, what you have transformed from, and that's what matters. Whoever thinks of you in a lower vibration, why would you entertain that? Why? Why would you let that bother you because someone called you ugly or someone called you fat? Why would you care? If you truly knew what that how hard that transformation was, and how low energy and low vibration has held you down for so many years, people negative opinion about you does not matter anymore. I don't live my life for people. I live my life for myself. And as I get greater, people that comes into my life has attached themselves to something greater. And now they experience the greatness in me and want to be greater themselves. This is what this whole podcast is about. Waking people up to understand that you don't have to live in a low vibration and low energy state of mind. You can awaken your mind by simply breaking the curse that was put on you and the programming that was put on you as a child. I read this book, and it's called Killing Your Inner Child, right? And I remember in this book it's teaching you how to, look at face the child that you were before. Face it. Look it in his eye and say, you know what? I no longer want to be you. I no longer want to be that person anymore. I want to be something greater that I know I can become. So through transformation, you have to understand that you can no longer think in a low frequency mind. Those low frequency mind was like, what if it doesn't happen? That's low frequency, right? But that's low frequency. Maybe it wasn't meant. That's low frequency. See, during transformation, you have to believe that I am great. I will be great. Nothing else that would matter when you think like this. Say someone come up to you out of the blue and say, hey, fuck you. You look at that person in the eye like, I love you. Have a great day. You know what that's going to do to that person? You're going to think you're damn crazy, right? Secondly, he going to be like, damn, that's not what I expected. It was going to come out this person's mouth. Right? They used to tell us killing with kindness. That was the best knowledge someone could have gave us. We didn't take the time, right? Most of us did, because of our situations, places we come from. So if you once you come out of that transformation, people pass judgment on you. You got to understand that that doesn't matter anymore. Their perception of you doesn't matter anymore. If it's attached to low vibration and low energy, it doesn't matter. That whatever they say to you shouldn't matter anymore. What it should do is motivate you to become better, right? Take that low energy, turn it into positive energy, and watch the transformation happen, that you become something greater, right? So take what's coming to you, take what's been told to you, taught to you, what you see. If it's attached to low vibration, accept it in a higher vibrations mindset. Turn everything that's bad to good. My next question was, how many times have you gone through transformation? Overcoming, and the answer was, overcoming addiction has been the biggest one, aside from having children. I think I've been through a handful of transformations in my life, and some big and some not as big. Man, I mean, like, if you listen to this, overcoming addiction has been the biggest one. And addiction to alcohol, addiction to drugs, is record number of people has died over this. Died over a choice they made. And I know I'm gonna get so many people that, I hope not, but I'm sure some people out there gonna be like, you don't know what it takes to be, addicted to something. No, I do. I was addicted to toxic relationships. I was addicted to that. Seriously. I chose over and over the wrong person that was not meant for me, or that wasn't good for me. And I found myself adapting to their demands. Right? And when I didn't know how to respond to the demands anymore, I cut it off, or they cut me off. And I would call that person, harass that person, like, not in a very sluggish way, but I was like, I didn't want to let that person go because I was addicted to the energy that was being put in the relationship. I felt like something that was not good for me, that left me, and abandoned me. So I had abandonment issues, right? And I would like just beg that person to stay with me, beg that person, not knowing it was not good for me at the time, but I didn't care. I just wanted it. I just wanted that person with me. And once I got out of that mindset, I don't need anybody in my life that's going to try to bring me down. That's women, family, my job. I don't want it. I stray away from it, and I protect myself from it because it's not good for us. It isn't. So, the fifth question I asked, what advice would you give to someone that is going through transformation? I'm going to read this. This is one of my favorite sayings is about the journey, not the destination. But going through a transformation can be hard. It's also very important. The journey of transformation is full of uncertainty, and if you learn to embrace that part of the journey and be patient with yourself, it can make the journey feel less trying. Change takes time. Stay connected to who you are and don't be too hard on yourself. If doubts arise, reach out to people you trust for support and take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. Wow. And when I read that for the first time, I was like, that is so me. In so many ways, that is me. I mean, yes, change takes time. Transformation takes time. It does. I mean, it took me 2 years just to accept, the spirituality that I was, willing to die for. It took 2 years. I mean, and it was the most hard 2 years of my life because I had such a low energy attached to me. And to get to this higher power, this higher person, this higher being, it took time, it took effort, it took work. And the thing was, I did it by myself. No one understood or wanted to understand what I was going through because it wasn't attached to Christianity, attached to anything that all the people that was in my life at the time was doing. It didn't look right. It didn't feel right to them, so they detached themselves from me. So I had abandonment issues once again. I was dealing with abandonment, and I'm like, in most abandonment relationship that I felt was from God. It's his, if you're in the world will take care of his own. Anything outside of God is the worldly things. So I had these thoughts in my mind. The scriptures that I read over and over again, it was haunting me and scaring me. I fought through it. You have to accept the journey. You have to accept it. That what you're doing